Down.
Roll over. Good.
When it comes to
Good
canine
morning,
obedience,
Facebook folks.
he's your
Going a
best
little early
friend's
today.
best friend.
Oh, such a
First time
good
in the studio in a
girl.
while. For
And
me,
in his
anyway.
personal time, Kyle's a personal trainer.
Nice work on those planks,
Oh, yeah.
guys.
Yeah, we like
Now
already.
roll over
Click
and give me
share
25
and
push-ups.
like the post and
1,
share
2,
on my page.
good. Hey, keep that caboose down.
You see, no matter who or what he trains, Kyle knows how to
I
get
like
results.
it, I like
But when
it.
it
You
comes
like
to
that?
mortgages,
Yeah, it looks
he's
really cool.
less confident.
Guilty as charged.
Fortunately
I
for
don't see
Kyle,
it. Do
there's
I
Rocket
refresh?
Mortgage by
Yeah.
Quicken
Yeah, you
Loans.
have to refresh.
It's simple, so he can understand the details and know
we
he's
are.
getting the right mortgage.
I like it, people. Who wants a treat?
Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Apply simply,
Yeah, we got-
understand fully, mortgage confidently.
Yeah,
Go to
don't want to click.
rocketmortgage.com today.
Full-blown
Equal
TV
housing
studio,
lender,
doesn't it?
licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
First in financial news, this is Business 1110. Now you know which way the market is going. Let's find out how your traffic is flowing. This is Business 1110 Traffic.
No extra stalls blocking lanes of traffic. They cleared that accident off the west, Sam. Drivers just exchanged information there. It was southbound before Memorial. There might be a minute-long delay left over from I-10, the Katy Freeway. And still have about a 10-minute delay on the South Loop westbound through the construction zone between Scott and Alameda. Your slowdown beginning at Wayside. On the Diesel, Houston
We're
traffic.
discussing mortgage pitfalls.
Yeah,
Getting pulled
sounds
over
great.
for buzzed driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
But what if you're on
Looking for
prescription
straight
medication?
answers to
Like-
your financial questions? Tune in weekday mornings from 8 to 9 for Straight Talk Money, hosted by Mike
Who's just
Robertson.
buzz
No
sleeping?
hype, no infomercials, just plain talk to give you the information you need to make
2
you
minutes.
a better investor. We may not be able to control the future, but we can learn to control how it impacts us. Listen to Straight Talk Money, hosted by Mike Robertson, weekdays 8 to 9 a.m. on Business 1110 KTEK.
Need electricity at your business? Would you like to save money on that
Apparently you
electricity?
can see through
Discount
me.
Power,
Apparently I'm a little bit
2016's
opaque.
fastest growing retail electricity
Andy to
company in
fix
the
that, I
nation
guess,
by Inc.
tomorrow.
Magazine, is headquartered right here in Houston. For great rates and great service, call 713-423-6970 option 3 or visit discountpowertx.com/commercial and save money on electricity. Get a one-time $50 credit on your business's first bill by mentioning promo code BizRadio. Certain terms and conditions apply. This offer is valid for new commercial accounts only. PUCT 10161.
This is Michael Medved for Townhall.com. For 60 years, Gallup has asked about public attitudes toward faith, giving respondents a clear choice with a question: do you believe that religion can answer all or most
Look at
of
this
today's
cool pen I
problems,
just got
or
from
that
somewhere.
religion is largely old-fashioned
from Mass
and out
Mutual,
of date?
yeah.
In 1957,
It goes like this.
82%
It's also
expressed
a
confidence in
stylus,
religious
yeah.
solutions, while only 11%
Thought it would have
considered
a,
faith old-fashioned. Today, the margin is
Have you
much
seen the new
closer,
pens
but
we've been
Americans
giving away?
still think religion has
think
the
I
answers,
did, but
55%
I'm
to
forgetting what it looked
34%.
like.
Among those who say they seldom or
I thought
never
this
go to
had a
church, a
light,
full
too,
third
but I
still
guess
think
not.
that religion can solve contemporary
30
problems.
seconds.
And among
30 seconds,
Democrats,
Tom,
a
come on.
plurality agrees that faith has the answers all people seek. Even among those who
Uh-oh,
consider
he
themselves
stepped
political
away.
liberals and those who never
He's
participate
not in
in
here.
public worship.
No,
there's
okay,
still
I'll play
a
another
lingering
commercial real quick.
suspicion that faith-based solutions
Oh,
benefit
here he comes right now.
individuals
Okay,
and
never mind.
society.
All right.
Believers should
Yeah,
never
like,
write
you're-
off
you're almost
America
done.
as a
Thanks for getting me
secularized,
that pen.
godless,
One.
lost cause. I'm Michael
Oh,
Medved.
you're not even doing the countdown.
The following
Oh, no, not
program
yet.
does not necessarily
Oh, that-
represent the views
I'll
or
get you a better
opinions
light.
of the
I'll figure it
staff,
out.
management, or ownership of this station.
It's time to get on the right path with Right Path
I had
Real
plenty of
Estate
time.
Radio with Tom Perry. Get the answer to your question that's keeping
Thanks,
you
Valley.
from taking action and succeeding today. Get ready. The guy that will
All right,
put
you
your fears
two,
behind
stand
you
by.
is on the air now. Taking
Hot
calls
mics
at
in
713-785-1817.
Let's just go
Toll
silent.
free
Let's just get
877
Stop it. Hot mics, here we go, hot mics.
Now here's your host, Tom Perry.
Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Right Path Real Estate Radio. First time back in the studio for me since I think, like Tuesday of last week, something like that. No, actually,
taking a
before that.
break?
No, I went to a real estate networking event Monday of last week. And then I up in Dallas. So Monday night I was in Dallas. So I flew out Monday in the morning, flew back Tuesday morning. Then Wednesday, Jason was with Quest IRA. Then we flew out to the weekend retreat on Thursday. So Thursday, Friday. So it's been like
back
more
in
than
Dallas.
Yeah. So I was back in Dallas for the
crazy.
weekend retreat, and then and then we flew back yesterday morning. So yeah. It's been crazy. So welcome. For those of y'all listening, Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. That's 713-785-1817 is our call-in number. That other female voice that you hear is Jennifer Hernandez. She's with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to see you.
So it's been a while since I've seen you. I think it's...
It's been a month. I mean, it's been a month since I was on the show last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
in the old offices.
I missed you now that you've got Paul coming to
I do. I've been taking some Thursday nights with the kiddos every couple weeks, so getting home earlier.
Now, you may not know, our format's changed a little bit. We do Mastermind on Thursday evenings at the same time that our event's going on. So if Jason's doing the event, I'm doing the Mastermind and vice versa. So if I'm doing the event...
Well, I need to attend this Thursday. There's one, right?
Yeah, this Thursday.
This Thursday, okay.
At our location right here. We've got a new address, 11451 Katy Freeway, Suite 360. So that's the University of Phoenix Tower. And not to be endorsed by University of Phoenix or anything. We actually have a disclaimer in our lease. Anytime we mention their name, that they're not endorsing us, not affiliated in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
Oh, got it. Well, no, I'll stop by. I'll come out on this Thursday so I can be a part of the action.
Yeah, so anybody that wants, we're between Kirkwood and Willcrest on the inbound side of the freeway, south of I-10, eastbound side. So
what's the topic this week?
That's a great question. You know what?
It's probably on Facebook.
Yeah. Hold on.
Stand by, guys, for the topic. Because
Valley just posted it, so I'm clicking on it's June 2nd. How to market for 70% deals.
Oh, wow. So how to find the right deals.
Yeah.
How to make sure there's enough money in them.
It's marketing. Yeah. So
great.
if you go to our Facebook page, Valley's done a great job of posting the link directly to the event. And so that's right there. You can sign up. If you register in advance for the event, then you get a free drink ticket. If you don't register, no tiki.
No drink,
no tiki, no washi.
No
right?
tiki, no washi.
Right.
There you go.
So yeah. So let's talk about mortgages.
Yeah, we were chatting before this. Just maybe we would talk about some pitfalls, some mishaps, just some learning lessons that hopefully the listeners, whether you're a buyer or a seller or a realtor or an investor, can learn from.
Yeah, I can tell you that we had a pitfall not too long ago. In fact, I think we finally closed it like 3 weeks ago. We closed it. We had to sign 3 extensions to the contract.
Because you called me. I wasn't the lender, but
Correct.
You called me on the first extension that was only going to be like 5 days.
That was the second extension.
Okay.
I got involved a post first extension, and in second extension. And this person, I've been doing this for 20 something years, and my word as a professional, we will definitely close on this date, and because I was really ready to kill the deal, and. Yeah, well, we know that her word as a professional is just not worth.
So how late did it close in the end? It closed
2 weeks.
2 weeks late.
Yeah. Yeah, it was 2 weeks. And in fact, what's interesting, I'm like, I know that sometimes, when we're pushing for a closing, as the real estate investor, every day that it delays, it costs us a couple $100, And I recognize that I can be, my D side comes out on the disc profile, right? I'm an ID, and my D side comes out like, get it done, right? And so I was asking some other people, and even our title company, won't name the name or anything like that, but our title company said probably top 5 worst experiences with a mortgage company ever, which
because of just the communication.
Yeah, absolutely. Just the dropping of the ball over and over and over and over again, and people, saying that they needed one thing when in reality they really didn't need that. So, like, they said that they had to get a letter from the mortgage company. From the credit card company saying that. That this was no longer a factor on their credit report. And what had happened is there was a derogatory mark from like 2011 when they took out a car loan, and they had since sold the car, paid off the loan, all that. Like years and years ago, and the car place that she bought it from is no longer in business. The loan company that gave her the loan is no longer in business. So the kind of releases they were looking for, and basically all they did is it was a disputed charge, and then all they had to do was rerun a new updated credit report. And they said, we don't want to do that because that will damage her credit score. Well,
which is possible. When you remove a dispute, that credit reporting now can be included in the score. So if on the reverse, if a client has some account that's disputed, the algorithm in the credit score model doesn't compute it.
Yeah.
So that whole account is left out of the calculation, whether
Sure.
it's good, bad, ugly, no matter what it is. So sometimes when you lift the dispute language, they're correct.
Mm-hmm.
It could harm the credit, so they must have had borderline credit. But the when you called me, the thing
they had like a 720, so it was borderline for getting that particular interest rate they were trying to go for.
So,
but they actually even extended past the locked-in date. So maybe we can talk in. What does that mean when you have a locked-in interest rate? What happens if you go past that locked-in rate date?
So if you go past the date, someone has to pay. So we absorb quite a few I mean, if it's something that's our doing,
yeah, sure,
we're gonna make amends and do it. But for example, so when let's say that you, Tom Perry, you're getting a loan and you come to me today and say, hey, Jen, whatever, and we lock you at 4%. So, okay, Tom, here's your rate, 4%.
No, I'm just playing.
It's just off the top of my head.
Right.
So we lock it for either 30, 45, 60 days is the normal.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say we lock it for 30 days.
Does it cost you money to lock a rate?
It does and it doesn't.
Okay.
So we hedge,
Right.
and so if we make a certain number of commitments, so Legacy we're a mortgage bank, we're
Right.
directly endorsed with Fannie Mae, but we sell the servicing and we sell the loans to like Wells, Chase, BB&T, PennyMac. So we'll go out and we'll make commitments to say, hey, Chase, we're going to sell you X number of millions of dollars at this coupon rate for this month.
Right.
And when we don't deliver, we have fallout charges.
Yeah.
So it does.
So
If we
got a contract that says
if we don't deliver on what we've promised them, because
is it
they're
number
giving
of
us,
units and dollar amount?
you
or
know,
is it-
I'm not sure how.
Okay.
I don't get involved in that nitty gritty, but I know that it's probably volume.
Yeah.
And so when we don't deliver that, we're fined, you
Yeah.
could say. So anyway, when that 30 days is up, sometimes we can get a couple days extension for free.
Yeah.
But yes, it does cost money to extend, regardless of if rates are the same, up or down, because we're extending that commitment. So sometimes, if it's something that's the seller's fault, I'll tell the buyer's agent, look, you know, this is not the buyer's fault. Why should they have to pay the extension fee? Go renegotiate with the seller.
Right.
But when it's not, the buyer, if it's something, it's a difficult time because someone has to pay it, and we have to think, okay, who what's fair?
Yeah. Who's the reason why
gonna-
it's delayed? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's why it's
so
delayed.
pin the tail on that donkey, right?
Yeah, and right now rates are pretty interesting. I mean, they're pretty steady. They're
2
lower
minutes.
than they've been in a little bit. There was kind of like an 8-week low. So rates are really, really good right now.
And the Fed raised the interest rates again, relatively
They
recent.
raised, last Thursday, they raised it a quarter, but that doesn't always translate into what mortgage bonds are going to do. So it's how the bond market
So we're going to
reacts
talk about that
to
on the
rate.
other side of the break.
Yeah.
So
for
you're
sure.
listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. And what's the best number to get a hold of you guys?
713-579-3611 is my direct line. And
An
you'll
email?
get to us there. Yeah, jennifer.hernandez@legacymutual.com.
And web address?
jennifer.legacymutual.com.
Okay, it's the same as your email.
Yes, jennifer.legacymutual.com.
Okay, perfect. All right, so you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. We're talking mortgages with Jennifer Hernandez with Legacy Mutual Mortgage, and we're going to talk about the bond market versus short-term rates and all of that raising of rates and what effect does that have on the other side of the break.
Cool.
Hey,
Mike's
you wanna
off.
hey, so we got 5 minutes, right?
Yep.
All right.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties, whether it's a flip, rehab, or a rental rehab. No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree. Single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
Are you expecting to close accurately, on time, and with lots of communication on your home purchase? You've come to the right place. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Our goal is to give our borrowers and referral partners an amazing experience during the loan process. My team believes in putting people and culture before results. Our company concentrates on building those teams who operate with structure, process, and recognition for going the extra mile for you. This way, we have the energy to make this your best home purchase ever. Give us a call today to find out the simple steps to get started. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, the Hernandez team at Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Jennifer.legacymutual.com or call 713-579-3611. Again, Jennifer.legacymutual.com. We can't wait to consult with you soon. NMLS 514497.
Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. NMLS 514497.
Virtuoso Graphics is not your ordinary sign shop. We're your one-stop shop for all your signage and graphics needs. We're located in the Galleria area and have been in business for over 13 years. We offer a wide variety of signage products, including Bandit, aluminum, and ADA compliant signs to 3D letters. Need something printed? We can get that done too. From outdoor banners to business cards and anything in between. Take advantage of our laser engraving services. We can custom engrave on many products available through our catalogs or your own personal items. From large orders to small, we can accommodate your specific needs. We pride ourselves on customer service and work one-on-one with customers to make sure they get a good quality product. Come to our showroom to browse our many samples to get you inspired. Want your business to get noticed? Give us a call at 713-623-4425 or visit our website at virtuoso-graphics.com.
If you have cracks in your walls, ceilings, or floors, you may have a foundation leveling problem. Do you have doors that stick or just won't open right? Maybe you have gaps in the bricks of your fireplace. You need Green Tree Foundation Leveling, a fast, high-quality foundation leveling company based here in Houston. They know how hot it gets on the Gulf Coast. High summer temperatures, heavy rainfall, and clay-rich soils are leading causes of foundation cracks. If you have a cracked slab or a shifting foundation, call Green Tree Foundation Leveling at 832-329-1687. How old is your house?
How are we doing time-wise?
Many older homes in our area require
You got
foundation
25
repairs simply
seconds.
because of
how
our
was
climate
that?
and soil
25
conditions.
seconds.
You did awesome.
Green Tree
Hey, Chloe,
Foundation
will you
Leveling
go,
provides
close
free
Colby's
estimates
office?
within 24 hours. They repair concrete slab foundations and pier and beam homes too. The experts at Green Tree Foundation Leveling work fast and offer competitive rates, even a lifetime transferable warranty. Call 832-329-1687 to schedule
Sandy,
an
like the
appointment with
background?
Green Tree Foundation Leveling.
This is Business
I can
1110.
point, like, I guess right over here, put my finger on Heritage
All right.
Plaza. See if
All right,
we
y'all
can
stand
get a
by.
delay.
Hot mics in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome to the show. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817, 713-785-1817. Put my hands in the clouds on Facebook. Put my hands on Heritage Plaza. That's one of my favorite buildings in all of downtown. I love the look of that building. So the building right here.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm joined live in the studio with Jennifer Hernandez. She's with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. During the break, I just gave her a tour of our new office space. So we have
it's great.
our first meeting will be here on this Thursday. Yeah, at
Awesome.
6 o'clock.
Good.
So vendors will be here. Our free event, how to buy properties at 70%, how to
Nice.
market for properties at 70%. Yeah. So we were talking before the break about when the feds raise their rate, what does that actually mean?
It means that that's the overnight rate that big banks lend as emergency funds to businesses that may need to make it's the overnight lending rate is basically what that is. And
So
so
short term, very
very short term.
So you're talking about like
there's
I'm going to give you money today. You're going to give it back to me tomorrow.
Yeah,
on
it's
large
like
scale.
floating. It's like floating a check.
Yeah.
Back when you could do that at Randall's when I was in late college.
Yeah.
I floated a couple checks on purpose before. I'm just telling you, but I'm here now to tell about it. But
so you were buying groceries on Thursday night because you were hungry and you didn't get paid till Friday, and you knew the money wasn't in there on Thursday night, but you knew the deposit would go in on Friday before the check would clear.
Yeah, I only did it a couple of times, and I did it out of
believe
pure survival. So anyway, but
writing checks for ramen noodles, right?
That's right. Yes, I was, and cans of tuna.
10 for $1.
But so the overnight federal lending rate has raised a quarter, and it has been anticipated and known for quite a while. So whenever there's a change, it depends how the stock and bond market reacts. So anytime the stock market is freaking out, which means they're blindsided.
Yeah.
There's very negative economic news. Like
Right.
when you've got the economic reports on, labor stats or wages or whatever.
So if unemployment's going up, if profits are down.
That's right.
If all those kind of things, yeah.
If anything is less than anticipated, so let's say that the whole week all the investors have gone, oh, hey, we're going to get these numbers and, GDP is going to be up 2.5%. And then there's a big, huge surprise and it's not that.
Right.
That makes the stock market really nervous and freak out.
Yeah, the market
and
starts selling.
They take their money out literally and say, we're flighting to the safety of bonds because bonds have a very small payout, but it's
Right.
very, very safe.
Right.
So it's almost like putting your money in cash.
Right.
So they'll say, we're going to temporarily park a bunch of money over here. And so when there's a flood to this safety,
Supply and demand. If there's more demand,
Right.
then supply is limited, then the prices go up.
so any negative, unexpected news is great for mortgage rates because there's a flight of a big funnel of people buying bonds, which mortgage bonds are in there somewhere, and people are buying them. And so the demand is up. And so the yield or the rate goes down.
Right.
So price goes up, yield goes down. So that's just the easiest psychological logic that I can give.
So when the price of the bond goes up and the yield goes down, that's good for borrowers?
That's good for borrowers
Yeah.
because mortgage rates go down. So any kind of bad news, I mean, if there's, unfortunately, a lot of the global
Right.
international news lately has made an effect on the stock market. And so that's been great. That is what has kept the rates pretty low, is mostly not things happening here domestically because, I think we have the least amount of unemployment that we've had in like 10 years.
Correct.
And so numbers at home are looking good. However, overseas, it's not looking so great. So last year, the big talk was that Greek crisis, the EU crisis.
Yeah, the bailout. Yeah, what happens if they don't bail them out, right?
Right.
Mhm.
So that was a big driver of low rates last summer. And then right now, it is just a lot of the
It's Brexit, it's
fear-
Syria.
it's all that
Right.
fearful. Are we going to war?
Right.
This morning there was a U.S. missile and a Russian missile that almost like collided or went
Two
into
missiles, yeah.
airspace. Yeah. So, those are the kind of things that make investors nervous and they pull their money out. So we might have a rate drop today. Who knows?
Right. So
that's my world.
What are the current rates? Ballpark.
Yeah, ballpark for an investment property.
No, for a
For a primary residence, they're in the low fours, depending on how much you're putting down, et cetera. Anywhere from 4 to 4.25 on a 30-year fix, conventional.
Yeah.
FHA is lower. FHA is, high threes.
How difficult would you say it is based on the different price ranges for buyers to get mortgages right now? Do you see a difference? Somebody wants to buy a $120,000 house versus somebody wants to buy a $300,000 house. What's the difference for those different buyers?
So the higher your loan amount, there are incentives for those loans because the investors give. It's almost like bonus points. They'll say, look, we want to attract the $300,000 and $400,000 loans, so we're going to lower our rates a little bit for those because we want to attract those. It's higher yield for them.
Sure.
Just economics. So the lower loan amounts, unfortunately, have higher interest rates.
Yeah.
But I can tell you,
How much when you say higher? I mean, like you're not saying like they're at 6% and
no.
Yeah,
150 versus 300 is 1/4%, maybe.
Okay,
lower.
Got
for
it.
the higher loan.
So if one's at 4%, the other one might be at
4 1/4.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
All right.
And so I can tell you, and we've talked about this before, but the lower loan amounts. I mean, I've got a couple borrowers right now that are under $100,000, and they're getting so frustrated because they're on like their 8th contract. And I said, well, unfortunately, you're competing with, investors or people. I mean, a lot of other home
with cash
buyers.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
An $80,000 house is hard to find for a buyer right now.
It's
really,
impossible.
Right.
Yeah.
Because buy and hold guys are willing to pay cash for that. And if you want to get a mortgage, and if I'm a seller of a property at $80,000 and I get a cash offer and I get a financed offer, I mean, I'm taking. I'd even take a $75,000 cash offer over an $80,000 financed offer all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where anything below 250 is still just flying off the shelf, even at full market value.
Right.
You don't even look at those because they don't meet that 30% equity rule that you've got. But those are, even for homeowners in those price ranges, there's a lot of people looking in those price ranges that they're just gobbling
One
them
of the things a lot of investors know the 70% rule, even you do, and a lot of people, it's not about equity. It's if I'm flipping that house, it's going to cost me 10% to sell it. It's going to cost me about 10% to hold it. It's going to cost. I'd like to make 10% profit. So if I'm selling a $140,000 house, I'm making about $14,000 on it, and then I've got to subtract the cost of repairs on that. So if I need to spend $20,000 and I'm buying a $140,000 house, I mean, 70% of 140 is what, 98,000. So 98 minus 20, I got to buy it for 78 just to make $14,000, and that's a lot of work. And then to put $20,000 into a house is going to take me 3 or 4 weeks, and it might be on the market for 60 days, perhaps, and it might take 60 days to close. I might own it for 5 months.
Yeah.
So it takes me 5 months to make $14,000. I mean, it's about what, less than $3,000 a month, right?
Yeah.
On one
so you've
deal.
got to do, I mean, to make any money at it, you've got to do multiple.
Yeah.
Like that times several houses.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of investors trying to do that just on one deal. I'm like, no. If on that kind of volume, it's easier to be an agent. It really is than to be an investor. So, and we teach people that, hey, you know what you really need to be doing is try to flip houses in the 200,000 to 450 range. I mean, you said that anything under, what was the number that's flying off?
250.
Anything below 250 is
300.
flying off the shelf. What do you see is going on between 250 and, like, let's say 400?
We're actually seeing more. I mean, it's picking up for sure. I mean, and there's pockets. We just had a house that's in a pocket community kind of over in the Bel Air West U, and it's very reasonably priced, and there's not many townhouses in this community, and every time one of them comes up, it's got like 5 offers within 24 hours. So,
Wow.
I mean, and it's in a $750 price range. So, I mean, there's still pockets of, bless you, of very, very, very well sought after properties, but there's not a ton of inventory right now. So
What are you
that's what I'm
seeing
hearing.
going north of $1 million?
It's moving. I don't dabble as much in that. I mean, I would love to. Everybody would. But, a lot of those people go to their investment bankers or they pay cash.
Right.
Still a lot of cash in Houston because they just don't want to deal with financing.
Yeah.
So that's not a majority of the business that I do. So I don't have as
What would you
much
say
of
is
a
the
pulse.
upper end of what you do?
The high, 6 to 7.
Okay.
By the time they buy $1 million house and they put a couple $100,000 down, but I
Right.
mean, we do $1 million loans.
Right,
I mean, we just had $1.3 million, couple $1.3 million loans in the past couple months, but it's not. I mean, when I finance 20 loans a month, that's a small percentage, right?
One at that price range, right? And
Yeah,
the other
and
19 are at.
so please call me for one. Don't
Yeah.
think that I can't do it. Actually, back in the heyday, that's a lot of what I did. But we'll finance anything. I mean, there's no loan too small or too high for us. We love to help everybody. And like I said, I have a couple of $90,000 borrowers. And on the other spectrum, right now I have a guy building a condo. He's in a condo new build at 1.1, and he's putting $700,000 down. He'll finance 424. So I mean, I've got all broad spectrums, and it's interesting. Luckily, he can put a lot down because the underwriting guidelines at a conforming $424,000 loan are so much more lenient.
Right.
And he definitely needs that. so we can get creative. So it's nice when you've got a borrower that can put, he's like, oh yeah, I'll put a couple $100,000 extra down just to get us to the conforming.
So if you're a retail buyer and you've got special situations, things like that, what you really need to hear is that Jennifer's got the experience to understand that, hey, in this price range, if you've got this much down, we can go this route. But there's so many different programs or plans based on the price range you're in, based on your current credit situation. So it's not just like I want to go get a mortgage and all mortgages look alike.
Yeah, it's really true. And there's a lot of, and everybody thinks, I'm going to go to my bank. So there's, maybe 6 big banks. You can imagine the name, and that's probably who I'm talking about. There's several of them that don't finance second liens. So are you familiar with kind of a piggyback loan?
Sure.
Of course, I know you are, but sometimes
I am, but our listeners may not be. So when you say a second lien, what do you?
Sometimes it makes sense to do a first loan and then a second behind it. So the one I closed recently, a couple actually, they were in the 700 price range, and it made sense for us to do a $424,000 conforming first loan and a second loan behind it, because we were able to accomplish more. And the blended rate of that versus a jumbo loan was really virtually the same, but we could close quicker. The oversight and the guidelines and compliance was less, and the underwriting guidelines, we could use 1-year tax returns instead of 2. I mean, all kinds of reasons. So that's why we want to get people as early as possible. It's hard to be creative when
you're under the
first
gun.
Get to know them, and they're like, I've been under contract for 2 days and I'm shopping, and it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So no matter what price range you're in, please, please, please just talk to someone early on so that you can get a package that's really right for you.
Okay, so you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. I'm joined live in the studio with Jennifer Hernandez. She's with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. So what's the best number to get a hold of you?
713-579-3611. It's my direct line.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about mortgages on the other side of the break.
Mic's off.
All right. Let me see if I can get your light to work.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties, whether it's a flip, rehab, or a rental rehab. No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree, single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
If you have cracks in your walls, ceilings, or floors, you may have a foundation leveling problem. Do you have doors that stick or just won't open right? You need Green Tree Foundation Leveling, a fast, high-quality foundation leveling company based here in Houston. They know how hot it gets on the Gulf Coast. High summer temperatures, heavy rainfall, and clay-rich soils are leading causes of foundation cracks. If you have a cracked slab or a shifting foundation, call Green Tree Foundation Leveling at 832-329-1687 to schedule an appointment with Green Tree Foundation Leveling.
Are you an active real estate investor? If so, a real estate attorney is a crucial member to add to your team. Contact Ehlert Law at 346-231-1120. Ehlert Law serves clients in real estate and business law with principal offices in Houston and their acquisitions and dispositions. We are equipped to serve you in your residential and commercial real estate law needs. contact Ehlert Law at 346-231-1120. We draft and review docs and structured transactions and represent you in disputes and litigation. Or choose one of our transaction packages to cover your sub-2, wholesale, wraps, or private financing deals. Our business and commercial services include business contracts, entity formations, and business consultations. If you need a reliable, dedicated firm to serve on your team, contact Ehlert Law at 346-231-1120. 346-231-1120. Paid for by Gerald Ehlert, Principal Offices in Houston, not board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization.
Investor loans offering up to 100% financing are still available. You just have to know where to look. Look no further than Noble Mortgage. Noble Mortgage is a full-service mortgage company that's been helping investors since 2003. Noble Mortgage offers up to 100% financing to investors that covers purchase, repairs, and closing costs. In addition to private money, Noble Mortgage offers conventional loans, FHA, and even no-income documentation loans for both residential and commercial properties. Call and ask about our 5-point guarantee, which includes free pre-qualifications within 2 business days. Call 713-680-8100 or visit noblemoney.com. That's noblemoney.com. Our team has over 50 years experience in the mortgage industry. Call us today, 713-680-8100, or visit us on the web, noblemoney.com, noblemoney.com.
NMLS 292143, 8203 Willow Place Drive, Houston, Texas, 77070.
This is Business 1110.
All right, y'all, stand by. All right, guys, hot mics in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back, Right Path Real Estate Radio. If you want to come and hear us live, you want to see our event, see the show, 11451 Katy Freeway this Thursday, 6 o'clock. Jason's going to be talking about marketing for 70% deals. They are out there. You know, I hear all the time, there's no deals out there. There are deals. We've already bought, I think we contracted 10 so far this month.
Wow, that's great.
That's a lot. And so they're out there. I mean, and you know, we estimate the market just in Houston. There's about 7,000 properties a month that are sold on MLS. We estimate there's about 4,000 properties not on MLS sold every single month. So
wow, 4,000 a month,
yes.
Not on MLS.
Not on MLS.
Meaning it could be a mixture of courthouse steps.
Could be. Yep.
The letters that you guys send.
Correct.
I know investors
Postcards,
send letters
yep.
and say, "Hey, seller,
knocking,
call me."
Driving for dollars, yeah, all of that.
Do you guys door knock?
We do have students that door knock. Yeah, it's one of the methods that we teach.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, we don't. The only door knocking that we typically do is if we've tracked down that. Like I went and door knocked in Fort Worth last. Let's see, it was last Monday of last week because there's a particular property that we're interested here in town. We've tracked down that the seller that inherited the property, they live in Fort Worth, not responding to phone calls or letters or anything like that. Went and
did it work?
It did.
They answered the door.
Didn't go down quite like that, but what I did is they did not answer the door, but I hand wrote a note, put it in their mailbox. Turns out that they were out of the country in Dubai. And so as soon as they got back from Dubai, turns out they travel a lot, and so they don't always, they get
mail.
Or when they do, it's a lot of mail, and so they don't go through all of it. A handwritten note that wasn't in an envelope or anything like that. They're like, oh, this is different. And so, yeah, it worked out really, really well. So,
interesting. So you're going to buy the property?
Probably. We got a chance to have a conversation because during the weekend retreat, while Jason was talking on stage, there was a gap that I was working on some other stuff. So I actually drove back to Fort Worth from Dallas where we were and met with the young lady on Saturday.
Interesting.
At 2 o'clock.
That's a great story.
Yeah. It's what we do. We do knock on doors. In fact, Philip and I today there's a couple of doors that we're going to go knock on today. And oftentimes our guys, when they'll have an appointment to go see somebody and then driving to that appointment, they'll talk to other, what's amazing is, every business is a referral-based business. And I think oftentimes when investors first get started, they're like, how am I going to find deals? And it's like, it's amazing how many people you meet that have a property that they know of someone that's about ready to sell a property. They don't really want to call a real estate agent. They're not really looking to get retail dollars, and I think there's this illusion of our business model that, you're only dealing with financially desperate people, that it's, and you're looking for that needle in the haystack, that pre-foreclosure, that kind of situation. And it's really, for a lot of people, they value time over money. The process of going through the traditional retail sale is a lengthy process.
So, and I know you guys are very realtor friendly. I'm
Very
heavy realtor. 80% of my referrals are realtor. So if I'm a realtor, and what's a good signal that if these things fall into place, should say, you know what, I need to call Tom and Jason. And then would you pay them a referral fee? Or
Absolutely, yeah.
You'd rehab it and list it with them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what we do. In fact, often we have real estate agents that call us up, and it's hard retail-wise to sell a property that has foundation problems or roof problems, or that the families lived there for the last might be in a nice area, but the families lived there for 40 years and it's not been updated. Things like that, where I'll call it not a retail-ready house. In other words, it's not ready to call the photographer in, take pictures, throw it up.
Maybe they're literally. I know someone who had a listing and they were hoarders.
Yeah.
And these, but they have to be also ready to sell.
Correct.
Some people, their house is a mess
Right.
and they won't declutter it,
right.
and they want top dollar.
Correct.
They think their house is just the best on the street.
And so the real estate agent doesn't really have that much experience of talking with that seller and re-educating them. It's, about the facts of the marketplace and being able to systematically present that, yes, you're right, your top dollar, your neighbor's house down the street, it did sell for $475, but let me show you the pictures of that house. And then let's talk about what it's going to cost to make your house look like that house. Mm-hmm. And let's break it down. And when that house sold for $475,000, that seller didn't stick $475,000 in their pocket. They paid 3% to a buyer's agent and 3% to a seller's agent and 2% for title insurance and the escrow fees and doc prep fees and attorney costs and all those. And then there was a negotiation after that sale that said, we need to fix these items.
Yeah, repairs and stuff.
Yeah, that second bite at the apple. So
it's
that we
huge.
call the negotiation after the sale is about 2%. So they lost $47.5 just in transaction cost. And then, so we walk them through all those numbers. And what we found is most agents aren't very good at that. And if I see a property that's worth $300 and needs $100,000 worth of work, we need to buy that for about $110. And just to make an offer through an agent to a seller at 110, the seller's going to be like, you're smoking crack. There's no way we'll take that. But if you systematically walk them through the process of why it has to be 110, and that really, even if they did all the work themselves, they're not going to walk away with $300,000. They're going to be walking away with about $150, like 10 months from now. Because
after they keep paying utilities and maintenance and
correct
hassle and
correct.
Yeah.
And so we're better at presenting that directly to the seller. So if agents will bring us the deal, we let them have the 3% on the sell side, which is that they're representing the seller, and we still want them to have a fiduciary responsibility representing the seller, but we'll let them have our 3% as well. We're not looking for a 3% discount off of our price.
Great.
So the seller will be paying that 3% as well. And then we'll turn around and rehab the property and relist it with them. So let's say we're buying the property for $110. They get 6% of the $110. Then we turn around and sell the house for $300. They get 3% of the $300. It's rare for them to bring the buyer also on the retail side. So
you never know.
Right. It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So
that's great.
But our only condition to that is we want to meet with the seller. They can be there. We're not trying to exclude the agent from being there, but yeah.
No, it's just you're the one who's originated all the numbers and the presentation. And so do you have a story where you've completely turned a seller? Because you're right. At first glance, the seller's like, you're like smoking something. There's no way.
Yeah.
Does it just happen?
Absolutely.
Like as a percent of the time out of 10 times, how many times would you say you're able to turn the seller into being like, okay, this makes sense?
25 to 30%.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 3 out of 10 times,
Right.
2 out of 10.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a numbers game.
It is. It absolutely is. I mean, it's not 100% because some people think that, that they're going to get a lot more, and then sometimes it's 25 or 30% now, and then it's more later because it's like, hey, what happens if you don't sell? Because the reality is we're offering not a discounted price. I mean, I think that's the other thing that new investors look at is, hey, I'm trying to steal a house, or I'm trying to, and it's a different economic business model, right? It's not worth that retail price, and there's a supply and demand curve. There's more and more buyers out there for retail properties than there are for investor properties. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's lots of people that want to live in retail properties, right? There's only comparatively speaking, there's only a handful of investors compared to retail buyers.
Yeah.
And so it's a different supply and demand curve, because who wants to buy a house that needs a new roof and foundation?
No, a lot of people buyers want move-in ready. I mean,
Absolutely.
they're about to have a baby and increase or decreasing their family, and nobody want it. Usually, a lot of times they're going from one house to the other, and they have 2 or 3 days or the same day to move in.
Right.
And who has time to paint?
Right.
I mean, you can't do that.
That's exactly right.
They just don't have the time of where am I going to live? Where am I going to keep my stuff? Just doesn't happen.
Yeah, most people don't have the financial resources to park themselves for a while or anything like that. So you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. I'm joined live in the studio with Jennifer Hernandez. She's with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. She's our preferred partner for retail lending. So our process is when we get an offer that comes in that says, let's say we've listed a property for $227,500, and we get a full price listing offer, and they go, oh, we've already been pre-approved. They send us a pre-approval letter, and we go, yeah, we don't know that company, and we appreciate the offer, but before we accept the offer, you must get pre-approved with Legacy. So we put them in contact with Jennifer Hernandez, because we know the kind of background checking. So what's different about y'all's background checks than that paper that's printed that says they're
that's in Microsoft Word. That's
right.
so easy. And ours is done in Microsoft Word too, though. But we're very, very stingy with the letters. We have a reputation just with the realtors and people like you that we will hold. I'll say, I'll have a realtor, buzzing in my ear about get me the letter. And I say, look, they have not uploaded docs.
Yeah.
They've verbally told me, and I've checked the credit, so I know they're breathing.
Yep.
But I don't have the paperwork behind it, and I will not release a letter without that. So if they really want this house, they need to hustle, and they need to move. So we normally don't have people that are motivated and they want the house. We don't have an issue, but there's some companies I think that don't do the diligence, or I think they do the diligence, but I don't know if they have enough experience. Mm-hmm. And so we had a blooper where we recently, and it was a very good referral from a CPA, and it was his son. Mm-hmm. And the son quoted with us and quoted with another, and he said, hey, listen, I know my dad referred me to you, but I'm going to use this guy that I've used before.
1 minute.
Because I trust him and whatever. And it just sounded really painful with you guys. Like you guys were going to have all these issues with this, that, and the other. It wasn't slam dunk. And we told him that up front. And the other guy said, oh, no, everything's going to be fine. So I got a distress call 2 weeks later.
Oh,
and
wow.
all the things that we'd predicted
that
would be an issue were definitely an issue.
And the other guy didn't know how to solve
them. And the other
them.
guy just... Yeah, he didn't. So we have the experience to know what the red flags are up front.
Right.
And we're really, really good and skilled at it. And we have no problems telling the client up front. Like, I don't sugarcoat anything.
Yeah. Well, let's continue this on the other side of the break. You're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. See you on the other side.
Mike's off.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders? The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. We're here for you. Are you a rehabber, wholesaler, buy and hold, or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money. Benchmark has been in business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us show you what we can do for you at 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com. That's 281-569-4353 or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Houses, because you get an agent over here that's saying, "Oh yeah, I can sell your house really easy."
Do you have cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart? Then you may have foundation movement. Due to our expansive soils in the Houston area, it's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400 evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary pier work, but we are in the business of evaluating your foundation. Our product is designed for house flippers, landlords, or even owner-occupied properties. Each of our files is reviewed by a licensed engineer. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree, single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
Did you know that there are over $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S.? Imagine if you could use someone's IRA to fund all of your deals. Well, you can. Quest IRA is based locally here in Houston, Texas. At Quest IRA, we offer retirement accounts that can be used to invest in real estate, promissory notes, private entities, and much more. Many of our clients loan money from their IRAs to fund real estate deals all over the country. We don't sell any investments or give advice. However, we do hold free networking events, weekly educational classes, and free consultations with an IRA specialist. For more information, visit our website at questira.com or call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs. To tap into the $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S., call Quest IRA at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or go to our website, questira.com.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth or, more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen
What'd you say?
Appraisals.
20
Next
seconds.
Gen
Okay.
is a group of appraisers specializing in
Yeah,
investment
there is.
real estate. We understand that investors
We don't-
aren't just
we don't
looking
like
for a
that
number
model,
of what
but,
their property
I
is
mean-
worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
This is Business 1110.
All right, y'all. Hot mics in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. If you want to call in and ask any questions, I'm joined live in the studio with Jennifer Hernandez. She is our preferred lender for retail mortgage. When we're selling a house retail, we require that all offers get pre-approved from Jennifer at Legacy Mutual because we trust that the deal's going to go through. And I can tell you that when we go away from that business model and you don't have, I always get nervous. Anytime there's ever been a delay, 9 times out of 10 I go, is Jennifer doing the loan? And it's like, no, she's not. I'm like, ugh. So it's really frustrating. So I will say you probably have 90% of our business, but it's that other 10%.
Yeah,
where
sometimes you don't want to lose a sale over.
Right. And that's what it comes down to. Is normally it's it's a friend of a friend that's in the mortgage business, and to them they're retail buyers, right? So this is the only they've never bought a house before. Maybe the last time they did was 10 or 12 years ago. What kind of relationship can they really have with a mortgage company? Because
Sure.
the value proposition, the lifetime value of a client is not real high in that scenario, right?
Right. And I have, when people are coming to us that you've referred to, they're immediately skeptical because
Right.
they're like, why am I calling you? I'm already
Right.
pre-approved. We
Right.
just say, hey, listen, it's to make sure we can give a good green light. You don't have to use us, but we would love the opportunity to show you what we can do. And some people, grudgingly went forward with us because that's the only way you would accept the offer.
Right.
You had multiple offers
Right.
and you could mandate something
Right.
like that. So we made sure to love on them, and it's how do I say this? You guys are really releasing such valuable products to the community. Like, I'm not saying this just because I'm here and trying to brown nose, but the quality of the rehabs that you guys do is so above standard. Like, it's not some little just normal.
It's not lipstick on a pig.
No, it's not. And people are getting these move-in ready, beautiful homes. And really, some of your appraisals have come in a little bit below market value. Not a huge amount, but I mean, you're really releasing them at a fair market price that any other seller would be trying to get every single cent that they can. And for you, it's a time deal. Like, hey, you're a ready buyer. I'm a ready seller. Let's go.
Yeah.
And so what we try to explain to them is like, look, you're getting a good deal that's been totally rehabbed. You're not going to find this anywhere else.
Right.
So we're here to help you do that.
You know, and here's the other thing I think is kind of cool is that recently I've had an opportunity. We bought the house next door to the second house that we've ever bought.
Oh,
and then so to have referrals, which means that, you know, most people think in the world of investors that you're stealing houses, that you're taking advantage of sellers, you know, all those kind of things. But to treat sellers in a way that they want to refer, you know, other, like their next door neighbors, like, hey,
nice.
they did that well.
Like,
and then the next door neighbor sees the process that we did on the construction. They see what we bought, and then they see what we sold. And I even had a chance to be able to go out and talk to the buyer of a house that we sold 3 years ago. Or 4 years ago, and be able to say, hey, how do you like the house, and what would you change, and those kind of things, and be able to get the feedback like, hey, we love everything. And the only question was like, why are there 2 bathrooms upstairs? And I'm like, oh, that was my idea. Let me explain the why.
Do you guys have like a dialer that can call at least once a year or twice a year? That like. Think of the amount of referrals that you might need to get. That you get a college kid. University of Phoenix is here.
Yeah,
30 seconds.
And you can get them to dial.
Hey, you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. Thanks for listening to the show. Jennifer Hernandez, her number is
713-579-3611.
And your email?
Jennifer. Just go to jennifer.legacymutual.com website.
Jennifer.legacymutual.com.
Yep.
All right. So thanks for being on the show. And if you want to talk to her more, she'll be here on Thursday, 11451 Katy Freeway, 6 o'clock. That's 77079 Katy Freeway at Kirkwood. Come and see us Thursday.
All right, mic's off. You guys have a good day.
Thanks, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That dialer concept.
You've been listening.